Hey guys, welcome back to another trade options course. We'll go ahead and just start off with the screener first. This is just an opinion on what I think is what's going to happen. Um, well, I'm just going to show you guys on where to find low RSI stocks. So meaning most of the stocks that have been oversold. So let's go ahead and exit that. So you want to go to technical. I'm going to go to RSI. You see it's overbought, 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 oversold, oversold, oversold. So I don't do anything above 30 or oversold 30. You want to hit volume twice. And it's going to bring you a whole new volume. Now you kind of just want to, do stocks that you have more faith in. You don't gotta pick the first one. You can pick the second, third, fourth. I'm actually going to go ahead and go to ATNX. And today it went from $12 and it has this huge gap down to 546. Okay, so we go ahead and open up a new tab. We go to TradingView, and we type in ATNX. Let's go ahead and get out of that. See, now QQQ is popping up. ATNX. It's a pharmaceutical. See this big gap? Let's go ahead and make that a little bit brighter. So that's where this is at right now. From $5 to here. This gap needs to be filled, right? That gap's going to be filled. As you see, there was a gap here. It jumped up and it dropped and it filled in this gap right here. And then this gap here, it went up, it filled in that gap, kind of went sideways, boom, boom, boom. And then obviously, if you guys look over here, if this goes back any further, this gap here jumped down over the course of, well, it's been a couple months, but you guys get the point. When you guys see a big gap like this, eventually, sometime, that gap is going to be eventually filled back in, as you see over here. It filled in over here, and it went up, and it filled it. And it kind of just dropped right back down. So, I mean, that seems pretty easy enough to understand, or at least the way I look at it. So, I know for a fact this huge gap here, that's looking nice. If you go ahead and you buy yourself a couple shares of it, and let's just say over the course of, let's just stay right here at the lowest of this point. Maybe in a month, a 20 bar move, you may see a nice little pickup, from $5. Let's go ahead and exit that out. From $5 to, let's just say here. That's a 97% move from $5 to 10. 94% move. There's a lot of support line right there, as you see. 90% plus move. And then even if you go all the way up to here, that's 151% move. So if you guys have faith in a stock and you see the potential in that stock, then obviously you're going to hold long. But if not, then it is what it is. You got to do your own due diligence. But this is just a pointer on how to find more stocks. If this is an option for trade options, then maybe you can pick up a couple options for that and hold it for quite some time. And the same thing with anything that's overbought. Let's just say 90 or go to 70. I'm sorry. Anything that's overbought, you're like, oh, okay, well, this is healthcare, energy. Let's go to Rocket Company. Anything that's overbought, okay, well, this is at 24. You kind of see where the support line is, and every time it's hit the support line, it dropped back down to 18. It came back up, kind of went sideways, boom, 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 and eventually had a little bit of a spike. It hit it, it touched it, went sideways, came back down, broke it, as you see here. It broke it as it broke here, and now we actually may see it drop back down to the next support line, which will probably be 22. And then if it breaks that, you're going to be looking through, let's just say the $19 to $18 range. But I'm going to say $19 because that seems where most of these are really touching at before it makes its next breakout. So those are just examples. Now, let's go ahead and just actually go over what I'm actually planning on doing with my trade options. So I've actually sold all my holds on from a Robinhood account, and I'm going to do a little bit of a trade option challenge of just trading ETFs. And this is just something new. I know there's a lot of risk to it because you can actually trade more with these ETFs like QQQ, for example. I think there's about like 3 or 4 trades you can do a week. They have one every other day, so you can, I believe you can do about 3 a week, depending on the contracts that they have. So a dollar move you trade before that expires, a dollar move can bring you almost 100% gain to break even on what you put in on it. Um, so that's my plan with the ETFs. And we had a, as you see here, let me exit that out. As you see here on Friday last week on February 26th, on the 26th, it dropped to the bottom and it found its support right here and it popped up to 319 in the morning and it ended off at 323. Now, this is a good confirmation. It's spiked up and you may want to get on this, but I'm actually going to wait till tomorrow, me personally, because like I mentioned before, that is a good gap, and I think people are going to start to sell off tomorrow, maybe between 10 and 11 o'clock. 9 to 11 o'clock, people are going to start to sell off for their profits, and then they're going to start picking it back up. As you see here, oh, it spiked up, people started to wait, and then they started to sell back off. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just like this is a perfect example. It spiked up, and people may start selling off. And the same thing with TQQ. It's just their exact replica, but it triples its percentage on the S&P 500. Now you see a little bit spike here. So people may start selling off for their profits. And yeah, so these will probably be hold these for about a few months, depending on what your risk tolerance is, or a few weeks. But unlike me, I'm actually going to start doing like a day trade with these and have it a little bit more challenging and more fun with this. So that's my plan with that. And then obviously I'll do a little bit fun trades here on my Webull account with these little stocks. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Oh, this one's all the way down here. It's kind of really hard to. I mean, look, if you guys look here, it spiked below this. Now that we're on it, I didn't even see that. Wow, that's a long hold. But that's 150% move over 105 days. So it's just kind of slow moving stock. There's nothing quick that you're going to get out of it. But I mean, if you have 100 shares and you make 150% return, I mean that's money, So that's going to go ahead and end this video, guys. I really appreciate you guys' time. Let me know what else I can do. I just thought to share you my new things that I'm doing and seeing how everything is going. Let me know